Oh, is this thing on? Okay, listen. I want this on tape, so I just want to set the story straight here, okay? Joe Mansky's wife did not leave him and go with another delivery guy to Hawaii, okay? She has empty nest syndrome, all right? So, you know, she wants me to give up my delivery business, which has been in my business for, in my family for centuries, all right? So we can spend more time and go on vacation to Hawaii. And that's the only thing I have to say. So, cut, stop, sayonara, see you later. Whatever you got to say to quit the camera, shut it off. Shut the camera off.
What's going on here?
I'm just setting, you know, the story straight for your perk, you know, viewers. You know, I just want to tell everybody that my wife is not leaving me.
Joe, that is the kind of stuff that makes reality shows. Joe, the audience is going to love you.
I don't want to be part of a show that, you know, everybody's going to love, you know, the fact that my wife is leaving me.
Okay, I have no idea what you just said, but don't worry about it, Joe. It's going to be great. And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking that maybe we could come along with you on one of your routes. Huh? I mean, with your permission, of course, and we could get a real hands-on perspective of what goes on out there. What do you think?
Yeah, I can always use another hand, you know?
Well, I mean, we're going to be filming the whole time, so we probably can't help, but okay.
Welcome to the feedback portion of His Place, and I'm glad that you continue to write us and leave comments on hisplace.tv. Remember, you can do that. Just go to hisplace.tv, leave your comment on the program or on His Place in general, what's going on, just like Chad did. He says, hello, I just started watching the rebooted His Place again after it went off in 2004, and I have a question regarding two of the former His Place characters. Whatever happened, storyline-wise, to Jeff and Meredith? Thanks for your time. Hey, the old Jeff and Meredith, basically the show went off the air. We had to do a digital conversion, and it cost Cornerstone Television a lot of money. They're the ones that make the show happen. And so the show kind of ended quickly. But with the rebooted, look for more characters and new things happening. Go to hisplace.tv. Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead and I get the mocha latte and a muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there's some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month.
Hey, Tim, does His Place have a non-employee dating policy?
No, I don't think so. Why?
Good, because Sam and I are dating.
We are?
Uh-huh.
You are?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Aren't we a cute couple? Aren't you going to congratulate us?
Hang on. When did this all happen?
Very recently. we wanted to make sure everything was okay before we took anything further.
Any further?
Guys, Louis, listen, it is on the top shelf, but don't go getting it, because remember what happened last time you went up later? We'll talk about this later, guys. Yeah.
Ow!
We're dating? Okay, when did this happen? Why didn't anybody tell me?
I mean, I thought about it, last night, and, we're dating, but pretend dating. Come on, it's going to solve our problems.
Problems? I don't have any problems. You're gonna have one, though.
Oh, you don't have any problems?
Are you kidding? Wasn't it just you who just told me that your mom was nagging about you about settling down and finding a nice guy? Me? I'm the nice guy.
Oh.
Yes, plus this is gonna spice up my life, give me the right meaning storyline for Perks. You know, it's a win-win situation. Everybody wins.
I don't know, Marcus.
Come on. Listen, it'll get your mom off your back. It'll give me the storyline I need. It'll give Dirk that romance that he's gonna need. You know, Dirk, dating on the show. The ratings go up. Listen, this is great. Matter of fact, it's ingenious.
Excuse me, Marcus.
Yes, Tim.
Would you mind introducing Bryan Cole, please?
Absolutely.
Brian Cole. Okay.
Yep,
good.
we're so in love.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, me and my new girlfriend are gonna introduce Bryan Cole. Put your hands together for Bryan Cole. Bryan Cole.
She said it's cold in Arizona. Somehow the canyon doesn't seem quite as wide as the arms that used to hold her every time she cried. She said she's heading for Phoenix. The time that she reads this, I'll be on my way home. Love doesn't leave you no more. She took it with her, but she closed the door. I guess I knew that she'd have to come back, find what she's looking for. She wants to come home. Love doesn't leave you no more. Oh, oh. Sometimes the distance makes you stronger, and other times it can make you fall apart. But you don't know what love is till it breaks your heart. Did she still think I'd be waiting, hoping and praying she'll be coming back home? Yeah, love doesn't leave you no more. She took it with her, but she closed the door. I guess I knew that she'd have to come back, find what she's looking for. She wants to come home. Love doesn't leave you no more. No, no, no. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Love doesn't leave you no more. She took it with her when she closed the door. I guess I knew that she'd have to come back, find what she's looking for. She wants to come home. Love doesn't leave you no more. Oh, no. Doesn't leave you no more. Ooh, oh.
Dirk.
Yeah.
Just the man I wanted to see. I have some big news for you, my man.
Well, okay. What is it?
Sam and I are dating. Yes.
You are.
Yep.
Okay, that's funny because I was just talking to her yesterday, and she told me she wasn't really seeing anyone.
Well, you know what? Last night, we had discussed it, and we just kind of felt that it made sense, you know. And we just have fun together, and we enjoy each other's company, and it was nice to have a relationship here in the cafe. And you know, when I was doing my YouTube shows with her, and viewers would say how good of a couple we look like, and it just seemed like a natural fit, you know. It just made sense.
Yeah, well, what do you know?
Yep. So, when are you gonna film a segment of me talking with
So-
her about my relationship?
Where is Sam right now?
In the kitchen.
She is. Okay, great. Sit tight.
Okay. All right.
Very good. Good. I'm glad you guys are okay. Hey, what's up? You got this kind of like long face today. What's the deal?
I've been doing a lot of thinking. I was reading the paper this morning, and on the front page of the paper was the information about the funeral for the
Slain police officer.
slain police officer. And I have a friend who I was talking about oh, that's so sad. He has children, he has a wife, and he's gone. It's so sad for him and his family. And I was talking to a friend of mine who actually said that the person who killed the police officer, he knew that guy when they were growing up. And it got me thinking about how there are two sides, like there's always two people that get hurt in every situation. Even if you're the one who's doing the hurting, you're still hurting. And it was a weird thing for me to think of, because you think of the publicity. Oh, this person, you feel so bad for them, and then you think, oh my gosh, this other guy, he had parents. He had family.
It's easy to have compassion on the slain police officer and his family and all the people. And it's not just, it's not just the police officer and his wife and his children, but it's that police officer's parents. How would you like to be that police officer's parents or brothers and sisters, family, friends, things like that? But it's also the man, because if I remember the story correctly, he killed himself too, the man that shot him.
He shot himself, or
and so it's his family as well. And even if the man is mentally unstable or something, it's still, you're a parent. You're always a parent. I mean, no matter how good or bad your child is, you still love them, and just it's tough. It's tough, from my perspective. It's bad what sin does to this world. I mean, what sin does in people's lives.
I was thinking a little bit about that idea of sin, and it's one of those things where some people think, okay, well, if I sin, this is something that is affecting me, affecting my person, my choice to do this, my choice to do something wrong. Right. And it's just, this was one of those situations where it's more of it's a web, like one mistake, whether this is a very drastic idea of somebody killing somebody, but it doesn't just affect the person who does it. It's a whole web that gets affected from.
Do you think there are sins that people commit that can just affect them?
Some people could say maybe the things that you think, your own thoughts, but then I would even go as far to say, like, because if you're going to talk about adultery, if you act on, say you're married and you have an affair with somebody, well, that's going to affect everybody in your family. But say you're married and you just think about it all the time. You might think that that's only affecting you, but there's no way you don't have other things going on with what's happening in your mind.
The Bible says there's an interesting scripture in Proverbs that Solomon writes, and he says, so a man thinks in his heart, so he is. And because I have guys, as a pastor, I have a lot of guys that come to me that are battling pornography, and they think, well, it's only a sin, it's only something that I do, it's really not affecting anyone else.
Right.
But the way you think affects the way you approach other people. The guilt that you have in maybe relating to your husband or your wife if you're dealing with pornography, the way that you treat, the way that you look down on yourself. I mean, the potential, if we think about, God's not in heaven sitting up there saying, I want to send a thunderbolt down on you for sinning. Thou shalt not sin it. That's not why God said certain things are sins. It's because he loves us so much. And he says, listen, this is going to mess with your life.
Right.
It's going to mess with your head. It's going to mess with your family.
Exactly. And whenever you think about sin, it can lead you back to thinking about the first sin.
Here is some tea for you, Grandma, and some coffee for you, hot and fresh, just the way you like it.
What are you doing serving us? I thought this was a self-serve cafe now.
Oh, you are so cantankerous. You know what? I love you. And Graham, I have something very important to tell you.
My goodness, Marcus, what is it? You look like you're about to bust.
Well, I might as well. I'm in love.
You are? With who? You haven't been dating anyone.
Does she know you dating her?
Of course she does. It's Sam.
Sam? Oh, that nice girl that never gets my order right?
Yeah, that's her. That's the one I'm in love with. That's my girl, and I'm in love. Yeah.
Don't say too loud, she might hear you.
No.
Sweetheart, are you sure? I know how quickly you fall in love. Then you wind up getting hurt.
Graham. You have set a wonderful example for me, and you have shown me what I've been missing in my life all this time. I want a relationship like you and Mr. Wiley have. Yeah. Thank you.
His place.
Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead and I get the mocha lot and a muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there are some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month. Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today.
So I understand congratulations are in order.
They are?
Well, yes, you and Marcus are dating, so congratulations are in order. Aren't they?
Well, yeah, okay.
So, why don't you fill me in on some of the details here? I mean, you weren't dating yesterday, were you?
No. Yes. No. Last night, Marcus, we decided we might as well. It just makes sense because we have fun together. We enjoy each other's company.
You enjoy each other's company. So are you living together?
No way. My mom would kill me. We just, have fun together.
Okay. Well, let me give you just a little bit of advice. Don't jump into relationships. I made that mistake a long time ago.
You did? What happened?
Well, I've had a lot of relationships, but none of them have lasted very long.
I'm sorry. My mom and dad have been married for a long time. They have a really great relationship. I hope to have that someday.
You think you found that with Marcus?
No. I'm young. I'm just having fun while I can. Don't get all parenty on me now, Dirk.
Oh, no, not me. Wouldn't do that.
Hi, babe. Hey, what's going on?
Well, alrighty then. I gotta get back to work.
Knock it off.
What? Things are going great.
I don't know about that. I don't think Dirk is convinced. He was asking me all kinds of questions.
Look, all Dirk cares about is perks. He knows he's going to add the segment to his show. That's all that matters to him.
Even if he does, look, no offense, I'm not exactly your type.
Why not? Don't we have fun together?
Yeah?
Okay, then all you have to do is we have to hold hands a little bit, pay a little more attention to each other, act like we're dating, and that's all. Okay, please?
I hope I don't regret this. Okay.
Thanks.
I hope you were just acting there, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm right. I'm good. I'm gonna be a star. You know what I mean?
So how do you see the impact of going back to Adam and Eve, to what we're kind of facing today?
Well, whenever you see how they had their one sin, you know, the eating of the forbidden fruit, whoever you want to say was there at the time, we won't argue that fact. But whenever
This sounds like another conversation we need to have.
Well, you know, but that one act then changed every single relationship that every single person. I mean, there were only two people, but it changed everything. It changed their relationship with God, changed their relationship to each other, changed, and their relationship to the way they thought of themselves changed. I mean, it was the first time and they were ashamed. That was something that not only, so that goes to show, like, this is a sin. It not only affected your relationship with another person, but it affected how you view yourself.
And you know what's interesting about that sin? That, I mean, people look at that in all different ways, but in reality what it is God said, listen, I've got a plan. Just like he's got a plan for every person, just like he creates you with your gift to blog and to write, and he creates me with my gift to whatever it is.
Serve great coffee.
Serve great coffee, that's it. What they did was they said, we don't care about your plan, God.
Right.
We're going to do things our own way. And when we do things that way, when we think that, you know what, God really loves us, and he really knows what's best for us, and if we just trust him, everything comes in, and that has to do with every sin. I was talking about pornography earlier. If men and women can just trust that God really does have real love and for their lives, if people really do trust that God does really care about them, then they won't murder somebody else,
right,
or beat up somebody,
right,
or whatever. I mean, it all comes back to, do I really trust that God's got a plan?
Right, and I think that can be one of the hardest things for anyone to do. It's the whole faith of the unseen. You know, you can.
But how can you have faith by seeing?
Right.
It doesn't take faith
Right.
if you can see it.
Yes, then it wouldn't be faith.
Yeah.
It would be fact.
Right.
They would call it something different. They've already made a word for that. But there's that whole, that I think people have a hard time stepping out of themselves, because, you know, if we're going to talk about what the original sin was, is now we're full of all this anxiety and wondering, and, you know, so instead of just being able to have this blind, wonderful, okay, whatever, I'm here and I'm going to do this, and I trust that there's a higher power watching over and taking care of me. You know, now we've got all these issues like, oh no, what am I going to look like if I do that? Or how am I going to, you know, and I think that comes into a lot of like self-doubt.
So when Kate writes her blog, are you thinking about all these deep things and how, even just writing your blog, how it may affect people and the ramifications that the writing or the ramifications of your talking to people might have on other people's bad attitude that you have driving on the parkway?
Yes, and I like, there's that commercial right now where like the one person, I think it's for like Citizens Bank or something, I don't even know, but it's where the one person like holds the door open for the person that walks through, and then they smile and they pick up the purse and give it back to that person. And it just goes to show how a little bit of kindness, but it's the same way. If you're a little bit mean, it can snowball into something else. But yeah, I mean, you definitely think about, I think everyone should think about what you're putting out there is not only how people are.
I cannot believe my eyes or my ears. Apparently my grandson and Sam are dating. What do you think about that?
I think I smell something fishy. That's what I think.
Marcus and his schemes. I don't know what he's up to this time, but I sure hope he plays it safe.
I hope so too. not only for his sake, but for Sam's also.
Very true. I would hate to see either one of them get hurt.
Well, they are very good friends, and they seem to enjoy each other's company. For at the least, they seem to be having a good time.
Like us.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's put our hands together for Mr. Bryan Cole.
I remember back when I left home, hell-bent to make it on my own. Thought I knew it all before too long. I took a fall, then my daddy called to say, son, you make mistakes and lose your way, that's okay. The next right thing is all you need to do. All goes down, it's up to you. The next right thing, turn it all around. Set your feet on solid ground. You don't have to know it all to make a change. Just do the next right thing. Sometimes things still get out of hand. Now I'm old enough to understand. No matter what it is I'm going through, I know that it's just a part of this life. Oh, that I don't like, but all is well, I tell myself. The next right thing is all you need to do. When it all goes down, it's up to you. The next right thing, turn it all around. Set your feet on solid ground. You don't have to know it all to make a change. Just do the next right thing. Next right thing is all you need to do. When it all goes down, it's up to you. Next right thing, turn it all around. Set your feet on solid ground. You don't have to know it all.
All right, thanks for tuning in to another His Place. We're always glad to have our good friend Bryan Cole here, and you can hear him playing in the background. If you want more information about him, want to pick up his CD, go to our website at hisplace.tv, find out more information about him. Also, you know what? I hope that you understand that God really does love you, as Kate and I were talking here, and that if you don't know that, you can always go to our website and find out more about that as well. We'll see you next time on His Place.